Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Jason's sitting in his car, looking nervous as he watches something, then makes a call to Spinelli's phone. Maxie answers and says Spinelli's playing with the kids, but Jason wants Maxie to call Anna to check in and see if she picks up. He won't tell her anything but that. Anna's in bed with Valentine, watching him while he sleeps when her phone buzzes. She answers, whispering, wanting to know why Maxie is checking on her. She passes Jason's message along, but as Anna says she's fine, Valentine gets up, tosses the phone and starts kissing her. He asks if he was dreaming or last night happened. It did, and she's happy to be with him, but she can't spend the day. He asks her to stay, and he'll make breakfast. Then they start kissing again. Maxie calls back and tells him Anna is fine, then starts barraging him with questions, only for Jason to get a text from Anna causing him to hang up. She's fine, and he needs to go before V spots him. Downstairs, Anna's going through the living room and hears a clang in the kitchen. She asks if Valentine needs help as she rifles through his stuff and finds a satellite phone hidden in his books. She puts it back as Valentine comes in with breakfast. She's taken aback, though, when he says he'd like to spend the rest of his life trying to impress her. She wants to and loves him, but their lives don't fit. It's impossible for her to imagine a life together after what she did for Charlotte. Impossible in Port Charles, but maybe not elsewhere, he responds. He could have left at any time, but he didn't because of her. He can't give up on them getting back together. He asks her to at least consider the possibility. She will, but she has to go. He walks her out and promises to talk tomorrow, kissing her goodbye. She composes herself outside and leaves as Valentine watches from the window. Brennan joins Carly in the visitor room. I needed to see you, she says. She needs his expertise working for the WSB, but doesn't know if she can trust him. You can't. He clarifies she's the only one she can trust. Think carefully about who she confides in. With that said, the only thing he stands to gain if she confides in him is a return visitor. She tells him about the FBI's evidence against her and how it was used against Jason. You've gotten yourself into quite a situation here, haven't you? He tells her the FBI will never honor their agreement with Jason. Finn, meanwhile, leaves a message on Chase's phone, telling him not to do this. Violet needs him, and he needs her. He hangs up, and there's a knock at the door. It's Diane. She hands him copies of the emergency court order granting Chase custody of Violet and a restraining order barring him from coming near Violet. He flips out, and she tells him they couldn't have gotten the emergency custody order without good reason. Finn asks if she thought about the damage she's doing to a 9-year-old ripped away from her father. Diane passes along a message that Violet is doing great and having fun, and when she tells Finn his daughter is waiting to break her breath-holding record until he can watch her, he breaks down. You can't take my little girl from me. She leaves after warning him getting arrested in front of his daughter will make things worse. Finn pulls it together, picks up the phone as soon as she's gone and calls Scott. When he gets over, Finn lays it all out, asking for help. Scotty asks what happened with Tracy and Violet, but Finn insists the papers exaggerate what happened with his bad night. Scott looks uncomfortable as Finn rants about the Quartermaines lying to Violet, Brooklyn, and Chase, always looking to steal his daughter. He says Finn needs someone from NA or the hospital to go to bat for him, but Finn admits he quit his job. They can sue the hospital for defamation. Scott can keep all the money they make. Finn just wants Violet back. He rants some more, asking why Scott isn't taking notes. I would if I was taking the case, but I'm not. It's not just the documents. Chase is doing what he has to do, not what he wants to do. You have been barred from seeing your daughter, Scott shouts as Finn goes off again. You can't fix this until you fix yourself. Back at his place, Sonny comes home, and Ava notes dinner must have gone well. She didn't see him last night. He tells her to get used to it, because you're going to be seeing a lot less of me from now on. She's moving out. Ava wants to know where this is coming from. She offered to leave a few months ago, and he said no. She took it to mean she could stay as long as she wanted. Sure, he says, but things change. We're over, and that's it. That's all you need to know. She says she'll be out when she finds a place. But he says no, she'll be out now, and Avery will stay with him until she finds a place. She's not staying another night, he calmly tells her. We're done. She tries using Avery to stay, and Sonny says their kid lived with them apart for years. She'll be fine. He made up his mind. Ava tries telling him that she's the only one he can trust, then goes off on everyone else in his life. Why? Sonny demands. Does she have an angle? Everyone has one. Money, power, revenge. They get into her getting Alexis disbarred, and Ava says she did everything right. She signed an affidavit. Who are you to judge? Sonny yells. You killed Connie. Maybe I should sign an affidavit against you. He then gets into how she was responsible for Morgan's death, and Ava gets emotional saying she's truly sorry. She loved him, but Sonny will not lecture her. She's not the reason that his family lies in shambles. There's only one thing that all their troubles have in common. You. Jason stops by the hospital to check on Liz, and they talk about Violet and how she's doing. The Al-Anon meetings are helping, and Jake is doing well. He also isn't as angry at Jason anymore. He's going to keep trying with Jake to make sure he knows he's there for him. Jason's going to try to get baseball tickets, and Liz says that's great, but she's not going to tell her son what to do. She does hope he'll go with Jason, though. Outside, Anna and Jason meet, and she tells him he didn't have to stay outside of Valentine's house all night. He's dangerous, but not to her. He's trained in surveillance, and she's frankly surprised he didn't discover Jason. She tells Jason about the phone, but didn't have time to get information. It seems like that's how he conducts business for Pikeman. In the show's final moments, Scott runs to Liz demanding to know why she didn't tell him Finn was in such bad shape. He could have helped her and the boys if he'd known. Scott tried to get through to Finn, but he doesn't think he did. He knows something about this, and Finn has to hit rock bottom first. He doesn't know. Everyone's is different, but he does know it's going to hurt to watch. But he'll always be there for her and the boys no matter what. Over at Finn's, he eyes up the papers, tears in his eyes as he cuddles Violet's bear. He then makes a call, ordering 2 handles of vodka. He gets the delivery, but his hand starts shaking as he goes to drink straight from the bottle. He looks at the papers, shouts no, and tosses them both against the wall. Brennan tells Carly that Jason's too useful to let go. They'll find more ways to work him until he's tapped out or dead. And as soon as he's not useful, they'll put Carly in prison. The government never leaves charges on the table. Carly says it's never going to be over, isn't it? Brennan says she's got time on her side. She can prepare for court while Jason gets what the FBI wants. Someday, she'll have to defend herself in front of a jury. She thanks him for his advice and leaves. Jason asks if Anna can get back into Valentine's house. Yes, but she can't help but feel like she's betraying him. But the job is the job. They can't allow Valentine to get away with his crimes. Val, meanwhile, is on the phone, organizing a shipment, telling someone that Sonny won't be a problem. He's coming apart at the seams. All he needs is one last shove. Ava leaves with her packed things, but as she vows to be back, Sonny slams the door in her face. On the next General Hospital, Carly cries to Spinelli that she has to fix this, she has to make it right. Molly cries in TG's arms and says, "We were wrong to trust my sister." Christina asks Ava, "Do you want to do the honors, or shall I?" Kate says, "I'll definitely drink to that." Violet asks Brooklyn, "What if he thinks I don't love him anymore?" Chase calls someone for help. Finn fumes at Tracy. "If anyone tries to stop me, I'll call the police."